Hello artists, you have your clay project back, and I want you to make sure that you remember that these are fragile. If you drop them at any time, you can't make a new one. You won't have a project. So you want to be careful when you're dealing with your lizard. Okay, I made a gecko. You could have made something else as long as it was flat. Make sure there's no little pieces. Very gently, just kind of rub it with your finger. You're going to have different types of brushes, a scrap paper underneath, and this is your paint set that you will have as a table. Now, these are tempera. You do not add any water to the tempera, and you're just going to start painting. Choose and think about what color you want first. For my background, if I want to do detail on the top, I'm going to do it light. And then I think I'm going to do pink. So maybe you want to turn this around, but like I said, you're going to be sharing it as a table. So I'm going to brush the whole thing, get in these little grooves. Be gentle with these. You're using the nice brushes. Oops, just about dipped it in the purple. Teachable moment. You might need to pick it up. You do not need to paint the bottom. I have something cool that somebody had posted on a Facebook art page that I follow of other art teachers. And instead of using Mod Podge this time, and this is tempera, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. You don't add water. I like this pink. And you're brushing it across very smooth. See how I'm doing it just like I paint? Okay, I'm very carefully holding it with my hand. Try to get in there as best you can without ruining these brushes, because we use these for painting other things. You might have already started painting your loom for your paper plates, the same paint that we're using. Go all the way around. And while you're waiting on this to dry, to add your detail, if you want to do other detail of other colors, okay, or you could even use a Sharpie to add that detail. You can free draw while you're waiting. So I'm making sure I'm getting everything. Am I doing the bottom? No. Do I have a little bit on there? That's okay. And I'm using one color. If you don't want to use one color, that's totally fine. You cannot mix these colors that are in this tray. I'm going to be very careful with my eye because I don't want my eyes to be pink. Be as delicate. And if you need to use a smaller brush, go ahead. I'm using a flat one because it covers pretty quick. And that way I can get this video done so you can get onto your painting. I might get a little bit of paint on me. No big deal. All right, so here we go. Oh, there's something that I was telling you that I discovered from another art teacher from the Facebook page that I follow, is instead of using the Mod Podge, we're going to spray seal. Okay, so I'm getting all around his little eyes, or her little eyes. See, I want you to see it a little bit better. Do as best you can. Okay, now this should dry really quick. Clay really soaks it up. So clean your brush. Make sure it's all clean. Now this is when I would wait for it to be dry before I go back in and I add other colors. You do not want to mix these paints, like I said again, because other people are using them. So this is what I'm going to spray them with. It's Rust-Oleum. It's triple thick glaze. I've never tried it before. Pretty reasonably priced. So I'm going to try that on I will be doing the spraying. Now I want to do yellow. Okay? So yellow for the eyeballs. Maybe, yeah, I'll do yellow. I was going to say maybe purple, but I'll go into yellow. And I'm just doing it right there on the eyeballs. So when you get it back, it will have already been sealed. You do not take them home today. When you do, and if I keep it, that means I'm keeping it for the art show. When you do get it back, you will carry it like it's your little prized possession. I don't like to wrap them. Oh, see where the paint was wet? Teachable moment. And so it's got a little bit of pink on there. I'm okay with that, though. I don't like to wrap them, because a lot of times kids will forget that they're in their backpack and they'll go home and throw them away. Throw their backpack down and they'll break. So you're going to clean that paintbrush. So you would carry it with two hands like it's your very precious treasure, which hopefully it is. Now I'm going to go back in, for video's sake, and add little detail. If you don't want to use the paint and you want to try to use the Sharpie, you can. But you just need a tiny little brush. And in these big holes, It's going in there pretty well. I'm not pressing hard with that brush. Okay, I'm just, as you would love for me to say, I'm just dabbing. Okay, all my art students, I'm sure, are dabbing in the room. So here we go. Got my little dots of detail. And I'm just going through, and this is what I did with, I think it was with the end of a paintbrush. So there is my little gecko.